If you, like me, are a fan of new bikes and new tech, then this is going to blow you away, because we're at Eurobike and it is the biggest trade show in the cycling calendar, and we are going to hunt out the very best new tech that we can find. We're at Canyon and they have got some very exciting things for us. Firstly, one I've stood next to, the Endurace CFSL. So that is like the little brother, if you will, to the recently launched Endurace Cfs Lx. It is, unsurprisingly, their endurance bike. So a little bit higher at the front end, a little bit more laid back geometry and clearance for, I think, up to 32C tyres. So that is a really versatile bike. Now, the reason this is the little brother is going to be slightly less expensive. So it's got a different carbon layup, and then also the componentry won't be quite as top end. So this is the best one in the range with Ultegra Di2, and then it goes right down to 105 mechanical as well. So that is pretty exciting, but for me, we've got to see around the corner. Come and have a look at this. Now this is more up my street. Katusha colours, it is the ultimate Cfs Lx Disc. Okay, so there is still no announcement as to when it's going to be released. Clearly though, the fact that it's in Katusha colours is being tested at the minute by the teams. So we could probably estimate early 2017, but look at it. That is a seriously cool bike. Racy, with discs, super light. But then, the excitement builds even more, because look at this. Excuse me everyone. Right, this is the Aeroad Disc. So, we have seen this before. Alexander Christoph kindly put his on Instagram back in, I believe, May of this year. So we know it's here, but having never seen it in the raw before, look at that. That is super cool. I want to get my name down for one of those. Otherwise, details are still pretty sketchy, but again, expect this to be released in early 2017. Reynolds are one of our wheel partners here at GCN, and I'm particularly excited by the fact that their aero line has seen something of a redesign, which is probably an understatement, because the Aero 46 is now disc brake only, as is the Aero 65, which is an all-new wheel. Now, the fact that it's disc only means they've been able to do some very clever things. So if you look down there at the rim profile, there's no brake tracks, so the rim actually bulges out quite significantly, which means that the wheel is actually more stable in crosswinds apparently, and it's also more versatile in terms of the tyre width, so you can run 23s, 25s and 28s. The rim bread itself is wider, it's now 19mm, and it's also tubeless, which is very exciting. And then, perhaps the most interesting point of all, is that the hubs have been redesigned, but with 20 spokes. So, those of you who know your disc brakes will probably say, well, you can only run 24 spokes with disc brakes, but Reynolds think that you can use 20 as long as the hub has been designed correctly, which they clearly have. So 20 spokes in the front, 24 spokes in the back, and this is a super light wheel set. So if you glance down, 1,525 grams. So for a 46mm deep wheel, that's pretty punchy. Then next door, this also is disc only. This is the 65, which they say is super aerodynamic in their tests, right up there with the even deeper wheel sets, and yet that still only weighs 1,600 grams. So again, quite an exciting wheel, I think you'll agree. Check it out, it's the Hercules School Bus, or people carrier. Either way, 4 kids up front, don't worry about their safety. There's little seat belts there, you've also got disc brakes, and just in case you need a little bit of extra oomph, a 500-watt motor. Now, I really wanted to come and have a look at this, the Bmc Road Machine. It is their epic Enduro road bike, and the reason I wanted to come and have a look at it in particular is because it's one of the cleanest looking bikes out there. They've managed to integrate the cables and the hydraulic hoses to a greater extent almost than anything I've seen before, and bear in mind this is the least flattering angle, given that we can actually see up its skirt effectively underneath the stem. So imagine what this is going to look like with SRAM eTap or the new Shimano Dura-Race. That's cool. I'll give you one guess as to whose new bike this is. I wonder if Alexander Vinokourov will need to sell his Specialized now. Now, we had to stop off and say hello to our friends at Muck-Off. These guys have been very busy indeed because they are launching 15 new products here at Eurobike. Pick of the bunch for me is the new matte finish detailer. So those of us who've got a matte finish on our bikes and want to put a protective layer on it, don't want to use a wax, that is going to be the stuff. And then also their classic muck-off cleaner has come under a bit of revision. They've actually changed the bottle, so this now foams as opposed to just spraying on it, which they say makes the bottle last longer, or at least the fluid in it, obviously, and then actually the cleaner work more effectively as well. So that sounds excellent if you get even more value out of it. Then finally is the Hydrodynamic Lube that they developed with Team Sky for the classics. So extra thick. Look at that. That is very cool. That is going to withstand the Tour of Flanders and Paris-Roubaix combined. It looks like something Lloydie would put on his hair, to be fair, but particularly is the fact that it says dynamic and classic on there. Lloydie through and through. Now here is a novel concept that I must say I really, really like. So it's from POC and it's called the See Me app. So it's designed in collaboration with their forthcoming commuter range that's going to be due out at the end of 2017. And there is an app, as you can see, that is on this phone. And when it's at rest, it blinks red. So the idea is that you pop it in a back pocket that's translucent in your jacket. And then you've got voice commands. It's going haywire because I'm chatting a load of rubbish right now. But it will respond to indicating left or right. And then show indicate. Okay, I'm going to try and get this to work now. Left. Right. There you go. How good is that? Now here is something very cool over at Swisstop. They specialise in brake pads, but now they've also come out with a line of disc rotors called the Catalyst. They've got one right through from 140 to 203. And as you might expect from a company that specialises in such a small area, they've thrown a huge amount of research behind it, including partnering with a university in Switzerland. And the results, well, in the tests that they've done, the results are outstanding. So they post better braking performance, both wet and dry, also how long the rotors last, and better heat management as well, supposedly. So, I'm interested to see how that pans out. Now, certainly one of the biggest launches from here at Eurobike is this, the Sram eTap HRD group set. So you've got the wireless eTap shifting, and now you have hydraulic braking as well. And they've developed an entire new braking system called Hydro HC to go with it. And it is, as you'll see, a pretty cool looking bit of kit. Certainly the lever hoods, which is always the acid test in terms of hydraulics, are really nice, low profile, and they also look really quite svelte as well. And if you want to see a full video on it, we have got a first look. And if you click just up there, you'll actually get straight through to it. Or for more tech, including more videos from here at Eurobike and all the tech videos we've ever shot, click just down there because that is our tech playlist. And so they're all handily in one spot. And do make sure as well you subscribe to GCN before leaving this video. It's completely free. Just click on the globe.